Working on bikes is one thing. Trying to work on bikes and film it at the same time is something else entirely. And when you're new to both, even the simple stuff can feel a lot more awkward than it looks.
Don't ask me how I've done it, but I've got a spanner stuck on here. Hey everyone, welcome back to Village Bike Kitchen. Today I have a few small jobs to do to this bike. First thing I want to do, I've been riding a little more aggressively, if you've noticed in my last couple videos. So I found these mountain bike tires, and I think they match the bike a little better. So we're going to throw these on. And then, to deal with some of these rust spots and these exposed frame portions, I got this gold metallic paste that I think will really shine nicely. And while I do those jobs, I'd just like to talk to you today a little bit about something that's been on my mind. And that's what it's like to be a new bike hobbyist who's doing maintenance and trying to film it and put it online. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, pull up a chair, and let's get started.
Before we get into the maintenance though, let's take a look behind the scenes. So this looks silly, but here's me film myself to show you what it takes just to get a simple transition shot of me taking the bike into the kitchen workshop. Shots like these look amazing in the intro, but the actual filming of it, not so much. And this raises an important question for me. Where's the line between good storytelling and authenticity? Let's get back to maintenance and see if we can't find the balance between those two things, authenticity and storytelling. These videos are challenging. I want to show the process honestly, but I also know a video needs some shape or it's just a pile of clips. And I'm still trying to work out where that balance is.
All right, we gave the frame a quick rub down with some Dawn Power Wash. Next thing is, my bike stand actually broke. So we're gonna just, while the bike is held up by the tires, go through and sand all the rust spots or just the exposed frame bits. Then we'll clean those off again, and then we'll apply this. While this stuff is drying, we'll take the bike tires off and we'll put on the new, we'll take the wheels off and put the new tires on. So let's do it.
It's also hard to do two things at once. I'm trying to figure out how to put on the metallic paste, and I'm not paying enough attention to my equipment, and my head is not in frame, and my audio on the mic turned off, which is why I filmed the previous clip instead. You as the viewer deserve good content. My videos will probably never be at a professional production level, but anyone who clicks one of my videos and gives me their attention deserves my best effort, and that's a lot of pressure. I'm never going to be the best how-to channel. There are so many people out there who know more than I do, explain things better, and can teach well. So my work has to be more than a pile of bike maintenance clips. I hope the value of these videos will come from telling stories to connect with you guys. Right now, that story is about starting a new hobby, making mistakes, and figuring it out along the way. And it's important to tell this story while being authentic. Being in the middle of learning this stuff rather than pretending I've mastered it already is a story worth telling. So that is the balance I'm trying to find. Tell a good story, but keep it real. Script it enough to give it structure and keep your attention, but don't try to be something I'm not. Speaking of stories, that's exactly why I chose this way of preserving the frame. I like the idea of highlighting the dents, scrapes, and worn spots rather than covering them up with paint. It feels like a better way of preserving the story of the bike. Not hiding its imperfections, but drawing a bit of attention to them and giving them a more thoughtful finish.
All right, I've applied the polish and I've made quite a mess. So it's gonna clean up first. I'm gonna clean up, try not to get this any on me, and then we're gonna take the wheels off and we're gonna change the tires. So. Good news is the stuff comes right off. Bad news is I wonder if it's waterproof and I wonder if it'll hold out on the trail. We'll see. Let's get these wheels off. Of course, I forgot to loosen up the brakes. There we go. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. I'm trying to tell a story in this video of just improving this bike a little bit, fixing the frame up, changing the tires, and I want to show you that cleanly. And here's me trying to take the rear tire off, something I've done 1,000 times, and I just can't get it. I've disconnected the brakes. I don't know what it's stuck on, but here I am struggling to take off a rear tire, which is, again, not as easy as the front tire, but it's something that bike people can do, and I just can't figure it out. And so I'm sitting here, do I include this clip in the video? Are people gonna sit here and watch an incompetent bike hobbyist take a rear tire off the frame? And I don't know, I kind of decided on keeping it in here and letting you guys see what it's like behind the scenes making these videos, instead of just chopping this part up and making it look cleaner than it happened in real life. All right, let's put on the new tires while this stuff dries. And so this is what it can look like when you clean up a job with some editing. I think putting the 2 tires on took me probably close to 15 minutes. These tires were really like wispy, I don't know how to describe it, and they just wouldn't take shape, and I had a lot of trouble fitting them onto the rims. And then once I got them on the rims, it was pretty easy, but it took a long time, and I actually intended to just narrate in situ here while I was doing this, and I just was getting myself distracted by trying to talk through it, and I wasn't getting anywhere, and it took a lot longer than it should have. And if I'm not careful and I get distracted like this, suddenly a video that was supposed to be about making an old bike a little bit better with some new tires and some frame preservation becomes a poorly produced, kind of boring amalgamation of clips of me struggling to change a tire. And that's not what we want the channel to be about, and that's probably not why you're here. Clean up. It's not glamorous, but it's part of the behind the scenes stuff. All right, let's hope I put the tires on the right direction and get this thing looking like a bike again. One of these tires is wrong. Yep, I think I did the front tire backwards. That's great. The back tire is correct, but we gotta redo the front tire. Oh no, it's correct. I put it on backwards. Phew, it goes like this, thank goodness. See, I'm telling you, when you start filming and doing all this stuff, this simple stuff becomes much harder than it needs to be, and you just make silly little mistakes like that. Like that. So there it is, the new tires. I think the new tires look way better. We'll get some outside shots tomorrow. As far as our metallic paste, that's looking okay. I'm gonna try to wipe it off tomorrow. I'm gonna let it sit overnight. All right, it's the next day. The metallic paste is dry. Let's try to clean up the excess and see how this bike looks. I was really excited to see how this would turn out, and it was kind of hit or miss. In some spots on the frame, the metallic paste settled nicely and shines really bright, looks great. But in other areas, the paste kind of rubs right off the frame right away. I don't think it's gonna withstand a lot of cleanings or mud on the trails, so that's too bad. But let's go give the bike a look.
So I spent a lot of time in this video talking about how challenging this process is. So why do I do it? The easy answer, despite all the challenges, is that this is a lot of fun. But I think it's a lot of fun because it is satisfying to have a vision for a project, give it your best shot, and in the end improve something, even if it's only by a little bit. And that's enough, really. The bike gets a little better, and hopefully I do too. So in the future, these projects get easier and even more enjoyable. Thanks for watching.